Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of 2000's Represent. We're wrapping up our first cycle of the year 2000 with a video game. In this episode, we're talking about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, one of the greatest video games of all time, one of my favorite video games of all time as well. I would easily put this game in my top five. It's just incredible. Was a follow-up to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, which came out in 1999. The first Pro Skater still an amazing game, but 2 just kind of took everything to a whole nother level. Just like the game was bigger, they added in more features. This was kind of a time in game design, I feel, where when you did a sequel to something, the sequel was always, if it was like a maybe like sports games specifically, wrestling games come to mind with this. Not so much story-driven games, but the games would always add new features, never take away features. So, like in a wrestling game, in the follow-up, you get more wrestlers, you get more match types, more modes, more options for when you create your wrestlers, and so on. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, I feel, follows that same design philosophy, where they made the levels bigger, they added in more goals, they added in more hidden areas within those levels. They added in the ability to create your own skaters, the ability to create your own parks, and so on. So they just add, like, basically anything that was really good about the first game, they made better with this game. I can't really just say anything bad about it. I think it's a perfect game. It might not be the best game in the series, but I think it's my favorite, if that makes sense. I feel 3 probably is technically in within the first 4 games, probably the better game. But I feel 2 is my favorite. I think the kind of difficulty got a little kind of out of hand in 4, but I feel 3 was too easy. As far as, like, at least as far as the scores go, like the level, like each level has various goals or scores, and I feel in 3 it was way too easy just to rack up an insane amount of points, mostly due to them adding in the revert, which allowed you to continue a combo out of a vertical ramp. Because usually in 2, you can do manuals, you can do grinds, you can do vert tricks. But if you're doing like a straight up vert trick, there's no way to combo out of that. Like if you're in a half pipe, you can't combo out of it. But with 3, you could with the revert, but then you had to go right into a manual immediately afterwards. So I feel that 2 is basically, I feel, the most balanced between the goals in the game and the difficulty. I feel 3 was too easy, at least as far as the kind of scores go, because you can just rack up an insane amount of points. 4, I feel they swung back a little bit too much in the opposite direction and made it, some of the level goals and score goals in 4 were kind of ridiculous from what I remember. I know they're redoing 3 and 4. I don't think those are out yet, but I'm not sure if my computer will be able to handle that. Hopefully, if it's the same engine as the 1 and 2 remake, it has roughly the same system requirements, I should be able to run it. But it may be a game where I need to get a new computer eventually anyway to actually run it. But I'm looking forward to that, because some of the levels in 3 are just incredible. Like Airport is like a perfect level, I think. But back to Pro Skater 2. Just improved upon the game in every possible way. I actually have my original copy right here. I picked this up roughly after it came out. I actually picked this up at a local grocery store's video department when those were still a thing. I don't really know if even grocery stores really do that anymore. I don't think they do. But I would go in there and rent video games all the time, like N64 games, PlayStation games, and so on. Obviously, rent movies too. But I was renting these games before I even had a PlayStation. So what I would do is I would rent these games, bring them home, load them up into Connectix Virtual Game Station on my, I think it was a Windows 98 computer at the time, with maybe at most like 128 megabytes of RAM. Again, Windows 98 would play it in these emulators using a keyboard for a while. I remember like beating Metal Gear Solid with a keyboard. I remember playing this game initially with a keyboard, which was fairly difficult. Obviously, before I was able to pick up a PlayStation USB to PlayStation adapter, which is was crucial, I think, in doing PlayStation emulation. Or nowadays, you use like a 360 controller or something comparable like that. But I picked up that adapter eventually, and then of course picked up my very first PlayStation controller was a cheap, long broken Mad Catz controller that I used for a while before it broke because it's Mad Catz, right? But played a ton of PlayStation games on that emulator before picking up my PlayStation 2 in 2001, which was of course backward compatible, so I was able to play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 on that. I was able to pick up a bunch of like the Final Fantasy games. I picked up like Final Fantasy 7 and 8 that way, and then obviously PlayStation 2 games as well. But back to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, just an incredible game. Like I said, takes everything that you loved out of the first game and improves upon it in every conceivable way. I can put the game away, and I have my notebook here. We're going to get to the notes, and then of course we'll get to gameplay. It's going to be incredible. This is one of the games where I revisit it fairly often, whether it be the remake or the original, because it's always a game that I enjoy going back to, like some 25 years later now. But anyway, into the actual notes of this. So the game was released on September 19th in the year 2000. Again, developed by Neversoft, published by Activision. Let's see here. They added in a bunch of gameplay elements, like especially the manual was the big one, because in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, you could basically do your grinds, you could do your flip tricks, you could do your ramps, your kind of verts, but there was no way to really chain stuff together if you were to land on the ground. With this one, you could go either forward and backward on the joystick to do a forward and backward, I think, was the normal manual, or backward forward for a nose manual. And then what you can do out of those manuals is you can ride those manuals like wheelies, basically, and then you can combo those into other tricks. So you can go off a rail manual, do the manual for a while, do another grind, do another grab, and so on. It really kind of opened the game up in a huge way. I think even more so than the revert. The revert in 3 was a good addition, but it still needed the manual to actually function. Because in 3 you would have to go up the ramp, tap the shoulder button to revert, and then immediately manual out of it. So I feel the manual is probably, talking about gameplay innovation wise, probably the biggest innovation I think in these Tony Hawk games, pretty much ever. Maybe when they did Underground, getting off the board was a huge thing. And I think I played every Tony Hawk Pro Skater game up until Project 8, I think. Because let me see if I'm remembering the release date. So in 1999 we got Pro Skater, the first one. 2000 we got Pro Skater 2. 2001 we got Pro Skater 3. 2002 was 4. 2005 was American Skateland. 2005. Not 2005. Sorry, I skipped over a couple. So we had in '99 we had Pro Skater. 2000 we had Pro Skater 2. 2001 we had Pro Skater 3. 2002 we had 4. 2003 I should say we had Underground, which was really good. Eric Sparrow, one of the best video game villains of all time. Saying that completely unironically too. That guy's a jerk. So in 2003 we got Underground. 2004 we got Underground 2. 2005 we got American Skateland then, and then in 2008 we got Project 8, I think, or 2006 was Project 8, and then I think there was Proving Ground and Ride, the ones that had the really cheesy skateboard peripheral. I never played those ones, but I played everything up to 8, I think. Didn't actually play Proving Ground. I remember seeing commercials for it, because I think that was around the time when Skate was coming out. Skate was actually starting to be a better skateboarding game than the Tony Hawk games. But yeah, like I said, the manuals changed everything. The soundtrack to this game, one of the key parts of this game is its incredible soundtrack. And I actually have the soundtrack list here. We actually pull that up. There we go, the soundtrack. So I think there's 15 tracks on it. And who can forget the first time you play this game, or when you load it up, it goes right into Guerrilla Radio by Rage Against the Machine. I think a lot of our first exposure to that song was from this game, because I hadn't heard Battle for Los Angeles at that time. Like I knew it was out, but I hadn't like listened to anything off of it. And the first time I heard a song off of it was the kind of loading, basically the intro video, the main song is that song by Rage Against the Machine. Anyway, back to the soundtrack list here. So we have Blood Brothers by Papa Roach. We have Bring the Noise by Anthrax and Public Enemy. I think this is in order of how they play when you load into the game, or when you start a level, I should say. Track 3, Guerrilla Radio by Rage Against the Machine. Track 4, Pin the Tail on the Donkey by Naughty by Nature. Track 5 is You by Bad Religion. Track 6 is When Worlds Collide by Power Man 5000. Track 7 is No Cigar by Millencolin. After that, at track 8, we have B-Boy Document 99 by the High and Mighty. We have, after that, track 9 is Cyclone by the Dub Pistols. Track 10 is May 16th by Lagwagon. Track 11 is Subculture by Styles of Beyond. Track 12 is Heavy Metal Winter by Consumed. We have track 13 is Evil Eye by Fu Manchu. Track 14 is Out with the Old by Black Plain. And then track 15 is 5 Lessons Learned by Swing and Utters. Just a really good collection of punk rock or just rock music with hip hop. Some of my favorite tracks on here, let me actually go back to the track list. Some of my favorites on here probably are Guerrilla Radio's great. You by Bad Religion is up there. No Cigar is great. B-Boy Document 99 has got some really great lines where it's like, claim to be Godzilla when you're really Godzuki. I got a mail from Charlie Brown when I kidnapped Snoopy. Like, I know that one by heart. May 16th by Lagwagon is incredible. Subculture by Styles of Beyond is great. I know that song actually showed up, I want to say, in Amplitude, like a few years later on PlayStation 2. But yeah, just an incredible soundtrack that I think a lot of the music in this game, was a lot of the time we heard this music for the first time was probably from this game. Like, I know, for speaking from personal experience, that was the case for me. But just an incredible soundtrack. If you take the soundtrack out of the game, you lose a huge part of the game. It's kind of like they say about film scores. If a good film score, if you take it out, you know that it's I don't know what the word was, what the exact paraphrasing it was, but it doesn't change the movie necessarily. It doesn't change the story or anything like that, but it just adds so much to it. Especially this soundtrack is incredible. Critically acclaimed. Let me actually bring up the reviews now for this game. I remember this being, I think, the third game, maybe ever, that got a platinum rating from Electronic Gaming Monthly. I think the platinum ratings, the first platinum I think they gave, which is basically a platinum rating for Electronic Gaming Monthly, was all the people that were reviewing it gave it a perfect score. So if you had 4 reviewers doing it, they all had to give it a 10 basically to get platinum. So I think the first game to get platinum was Metal Gear Solid. Ocarina of Time, I also believe, got platinum, and then I think the third game to get it was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. I remember, I think Halo got one. The original Halo got a perfect score. Don't remember if Halo 2 got a perfect score, but Halo 1 definitely did. Halo 2 probably did it, I would have to imagine, but I'm not exactly sure on that. Anyway, but the reviews here, we're going to go with the PlayStation versions here. It got ported to all different kinds of consoles, so PlayStation, Dreamcast, PC, N64. The best version of this game graphically probably is actually the Dreamcast version, which I actually do have, but for the sake of the video, we're going with the original PlayStation version. But the Dreamcast version is excellent as well, and probably slightly better than the PlayStation version, in my opinion. But Metacritic has the PlayStation version at a 98 out of 100. They actually have the Dreamcast at a 97. Let's see here. Eurogamer gave it a 9 out of 10. Let's see here. Game Informer gave it a 10 out of 10. GameFan has it at a 268 out of 300 for the PlayStation. Let's see here. Game Revolution gives it a 5 out of 5. GameSpot, 9.9 out of 10. Game Radar, looks like it was a 92%. That was the N64 version. IGN has the PlayStation version at a 9.6 and a 9.9 on the Dreamcast version. So I do kind of believe that the Dreamcast version is probably slightly better. Next Generation gave it on PlayStation a 5 out of 5, and official US PlayStation magazine gave it a 5 out of 5. So just really good reviews overall. I think that wraps up the notebook portion of the game. Like I said, I just can't say anything negative about it. It's basically a perfect game in my opinion. It just adds so much to the game from that was started in the original. I think like almost nearly every level has like a hidden, or most of them have like a hidden area. Like in the hangar, you have the kind of wind tunnel as well as the small outside area. In the school, you actually have the basketball court and swimming pool, as well as the, if you can get over to where the secret tape is, there's a whole nother area like beyond that building. We'll probably get to that when we get to the video. Marseille, the third level of the game, which is the first kind of competition, has a whole hidden little underground level. And then bringing hidden areas to a whole new level in this game is the New York level. Like you basically are only playing half the level until you unlock the subway tracks. Once you get up there, you can grind all the way down till you get to like a whole nother skate park where the hidden tape is actually hidden. Skate Street, which is the second competition, I believe, has two small hidden areas. And then I don't remember if Philadelphia has a hidden area or not. I never really dug Philadelphia that much as a level. But then you have like the bull ring, you have Chopper Drop. Chopper Drop's not a great level. It's kind of just like a small little bonus thing. And then you have Skate Heaven, which is just an incredible level as well. Tons of unlockables. You can play as Spider-Man in the game if you want to. I think when we get to the gameplay, I think I have a save file that has all that stuff unlocked. We'll have to see. But I may just start we'll probably mess around in career mode first, maybe start a new career, and then maybe just mess around with the kind of main save that I have, which I believe it has everything unlocked. But that is going to do it for this first half, and now it's going to be the second half is going to be the gameplay of this incredible game, and we'll be right back with that. Alright, and we are now back in our PlayStation emulator with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 loading up. Just huge nostalgia vibes when I hit the start button here. Here we go. Got the Never Stop logo. And then Raids Against the Machine. Here we go. Alright, let's go in and load our game. And I think initially we're just going to start a new career mode. We're going to do a new one just to kind of explore what the game is like. And oh, there we got Spider-Man, but I have always been a fan of this, in this particular game, going with Rodney Mullen. See if I can find him. There we go. Rodney Mullen, basically great spin, and probably like the best manuals in the game. I always preferred Style A, so let's go with that. So yeah, we'll do a little bit of the career mode here. This is first level, the hangar and Mullet Falls. And here's our goal. So I think the first game only had like five goals per level. This one has 10, right? Yeah, 10 goals. And this level here is fairly easy. You can clear pretty much most of the goals in one run usually. I'll probably do a couple, but let's see what we can do here. So we got to grind across this. I think it's a nose grind specifically, so. So that's one of the hang times. 2 of the hang times. Let's get the third hang time. Probably won't have enough speed with him to do that right that way, so let's go here. That didn't count for some reason. Okay, there's the third hang time. Let's get the secret tape now. So we got to grind the helicopter to get that area open. There we go. There's our secret tape. Alright, let's get the barrels next. Oh, I missed that one. Alright, and the last barrels are in the ramp here. Ah, man. So let's see what we still got to do here. So we still got to do, you had the pipe, you actually had the nose grind. It's not any kind of grind. We got to get the pilot wing still, collect skate. All right, let's do another run here. All right, let's try to get that nose grind. Did I get the A? I don't know if I got it. No, I guess I did. All right. We got skate there. That's one of the pilot wings. 2 wings. That's 3. Yeah, 4th is on this one here. Alright, that secret area is opened up. I might not have the air to do that with him. Let's try to get the... Alright, there's the nose grind. There's all the wings. Not quite the high score, but or the score. All right, let's do one more run before we go to the school. Oh man, I'm not gonna restart it because I love this Rage Against the Machine track. Oh man, all right. Oh man, I almost had that too. Oh man, alright. So we gotta get what, like 15,000 more points? Oh gosh. I should have not done that, but instrument landing is one of my favorite gaps in the game. It's a great combo there. Right, there we go. There's the 6th score. One thing this game also added in was the sloppy and perfect combos, where you lose points for sloppy ones and you get better scores for perfect ones. Let's do level select here. Let's go to the school. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the, there's the leap of faith in this one, which I guess is based on a real actual skate spot. I think the guy actually broke his board doing it. I think it was Jamie Thomas maybe, but that's one of the things in this game is that you can do that trick. Oh man, alright. Alright, let's maybe do those later. Let's do the rails. So there's the first roll call rail. Second one's up here. We can get the gap, the kickflip gap here. No, I gotta go up that ramp again. Yeah, this is the last of the roll call rails. Alright, I missed that. I'm coming off that a little too high. No, I didn't want to wall ride it. Oh, come on, man. Let's at least get that one goal done. Alright, there we go. Oh man, alright. Alright, let's try the bell combos here. We gotta wall ride these. There's one. Okay, that's the second. Three bells. Oh yeah, it's up there. think the 5th is over this way. Okay, we gotta get one more bell, one more hall pass. Oh, it didn't count? Alright. Oh, I don't want to grind that. Okay, there's the bells. Oh yeah, that other hall pass I think is over there. We'll do that one next. Or it's I gotta get more speed to get up to that that hall pass. All right, got it. Oh yeah, it's above that ramp. There we go. Okay, if I have, I don't think I have time to get up there. Those other two letters are back over here, and I don't think I'll be able to get the secret tape with him. So let's actually go to Marseille now. So this is the very first competition level. We still gotta get the pro score, the 6 score, collect skate. I meant to say level select, not level goals, so let's go to level select. We'll do our first competition, and then we'll just jump into my kind of fully unlocked career mode and mess around there. Yeah, cool thing of this level, it has a oh man, there we go. Alright, let's get into the hidden area. There's this little stick right there. Right, there we go. Alright, into the hidden area. So we're in second place here. Let's do the next part of the competition. So let's see our score here. Let's see where we're at after 2. Still in second place. Oh man. Oh man. We're coming from an 86 to where we are. Still second place, not bad. So we're actually going to load in my main career mode now and just mess around. In some of the other levels. Alright, so let's load this in. Play as my custom skater. Let's go to Venice. Venice is like one of the best levels of the game. Oh man! Alright. Oh man, I almost had her around the horn, but not quite. Oh, here we go again. All right. There's a really cool manual gap if you go across all these dumpsters here. I think they're dumpsters. Let's see if I can do it still. No, you gotta be more straightened to do that. Oh, man. Okay, let's get lined up. Oh, man, all right. No, basically you had to just manual that whole thing. Oh, wait. I meant to do free skate. I don't know why I put it on time mode. Yeah, free skate. There we go. And we're still gonna do Venice. All right, let's just let this load in here. Alright, there we go. We've got it. Oh, man. Yeah, you've got to... The trick of that is you need to stay on that thing the whole time. Yeah, so you got to be perfectly lined up. And of course, the time I was somewhat lined up is when I'm not doing a manual. There we go. Actually, no, that wasn't it. That was mostly it, but let's try it once more, because there's another part to the gap that... Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this. No, I don't have the speed to do that. The thing is, you have to have enough speed so you can ride the manual all the way down. I didn't have enough speed at that point. Oh man, all the way. Oh, I keep going off the side. Again, off the side. Again, not in a manual, not doing a manual, so. Again, off the side. It's definitely one of the more difficult manual gaps in the game, I think. Nope, not quite. I mean, yeah, I suppose I can turn on perfect balance, but that's lame. Nope, I wasn't able to pop the manual right away. Alright, that's... Again, not in the manual form, man. Alright. Okay, let's... Alright, let's try to line up here. Okay, we're up, off the side again. Yeah, I'm not lined up. Okay, we're on. Oh, no. That's weird. It didn't even give me the first part of the gap. Nope. Alright, one more attempt, and then we're gonna move into another part of the level. Alright, let's... I gotta slow down. It's more just alignment. Yeah, let's just go over to that side. Nope. Alright, anyway. The third part of the gap is called touchdown. So it's he could go all the way touchdown if you ride the manual all the way down to it. Oh, come on, man. Let me see if I have enough speed to do the huge stair set, though. Not quite. But if you pop over here... I think the level goal for this one is tail sliding this Venice ledge. My Smith grind in it, but... Alright, let's go to Skate Street. Skate Street's an awesome level. Yeah, this is the actual, like, second, I think the second, what are they called? Tournament level, but you can just free skate it, which is cool. Let's see if we can get the, I think it's called bullet bowl hop. Yep, there we go. You grind this thing up here. You gotta get out of the pool to do it. You grind, is it here? No. There's a rail that connects the half pipe to that area. If you grind that rail right above me, it unlocks the van area. The van area is already unlocked, but it'll say like van area is like secret key or something. Let's see. But yeah, that area, this isn't the van area over here, but one of the other secret areas is this little area here. You got the gap there. Yep, shoot the moon. Let's go find the van area. I think we're in the right place. Oh no, we just came from this one. Yeah, you got this little van here. If you hop over that, you get the, I think it's Day Tripper. Having a picnic. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's try to get the Day Tripper gap. Now you gotta basically kick from that ramp to the other ramp to do it. It's kind of hard to keep straight, but I was right in the area where you go between, so that's... Oh, I keep getting knocked. And it's messing up my alignment, alright. I also might have too much speed. There we go. Day Tripper. Oh man, alright. Let's try to get that high sticker. There we go. High sticker, baby. All right. Oh man, alright. 720, almost had that 720. One thing I always kind of found frustrating about these games is gaps that weren't really gaps. Like, you would practice trying to, like, do something that you would think would be a gap, but it would, like, you would work on it for a while, and eventually land the trick or land it, and it wasn't actually a gap. Alright, let's go to another level here. I think we're going to end with New York. We'll go there, we'll try to get to the little secret area. So yeah, we just gotta... We'll go to that secret area, we'll mess around there, and that'll probably be the end of the video. But yeah, once you collect all the subway tokens in this level, oh my god, right away. You can unlock this little conveyor belt here. So you can take it all the way up. And then you've got these rails you can grind. Oh, no. And you basically ride those or just stay on there and not fall off until you get to the secret area. And you also gotta not get hit by the subway or the train. You can actually switch. And then you're in the secret area now. Yay. So you just got this whole area you can kind of skate around in. Yeah, this is actually in this level. This is where the secret tape is. It's actually over, like, on that railing, I think. The one that was above me. But yeah, you're essentially only, until you unlock the little subway area, you're essentially only really playing like half the level initially. And then to get back, you just gotta go over here. And now you're back in the main part of the level. Oh my god, there we go. Let's see if we can get the get over that statue. I think that was a gap to just launch over the top of that statue in the middle there. Might not be able to do it anymore, but no, there we go. The pigeon pudding gap. All right, let's do was it the snack bar stomp? Ah, I missed it. Oh, I missed the grind again. All right. Oh my gosh. I'm just not hitting it at the right angle, I guess, but... Oh, there we go. There we go. Or you're next in line. That's what it is. I think that's actually the level goal for that particular object. It's a 50-50 grind it. Alright, and I think that is going to actually do it for this video. I had an amazing time playing this game again. Just Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is just a perfect game in my opinion. One of my favorite games of all time. Absolutely adore it. The original is amazing. The Dreamcast port is very good. The 1 and 2 remake is also excellent. If you're going to play it, I guess the most convenient way to play it is probably the 1 and 2 remake. They added in a lot of cool gameplay changes. One major issue with the 1 and 2 is the soundtrack is different. Because, like, of course, I think it was 20 years after this came out, they, of course, couldn't, like, get all the licensing for all the songs. So some of the songs are still there. Some of them have been changed. But the original is great. The remake is also great. I'm really looking forward to 3 and 4. Again, don't know if my computer can handle those or not. We'll have to wait and see whenever the system requirements come out. But again, that's going to do it for this video. We'll be back. I think, like you mentioned in the previous video, probably be doing these once a week, at least to start. Kind of taking it slow at first. And then we may ramp up production and get more videos out multiple times a week. Maybe put videos up on one of the other days that we don't do a 90s video. So maybe instead of it being 2 90s videos in a week, maybe we go to 1 and 1. I don't really know. It's all kinds of up in the air. But that, again, that's going to do it for this video. So thanks again for watching. Take care and have a good one. See ya.